now it's time to waterfy. I don't know how to do that.
What?
How? How did we turn? How did we turn the ice into water?
Into blue ice?
No, the ice. How did we turn those into source blocks?
Didn't you just place water and stuff like that and then wait for it to freeze?
That's how we made the ice. But how do
Yeah.
we go from ice to source blocks?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Because
Maybe silk touch?
Silk Touch will
Oh
just get
no.
the ice cube.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, I guess I'll just test one. No. Oh, Silk Touch. Of course. Let's try that again. Let's not use Silk Touch, just like I just said. Okay. Anything but Silk Touch. Because I was trying to go down here. Oh, that's not gonna work either. Do I have my other pickaxe? No, I do not. Upstairs. Oh, it's raining.
Yes.
Rock breaker, come to me.
Just-
I'm not
Not with that attitude.
If they add a hammer, definitely call it Oh. Okay. Fuck. 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 Oh god.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What happened?
I got like almost to the bottom and like I couldn't decide if I wanted to just commit and keep going or like try to swim back up. And I got scared. I swam back up and barely made it out. Okay. The one thing that like is kind of scary about this is that breaking ice sounds just like breaking glass. So fuck, I'm doing it again. This is worse. This is worse. Oh, this is much worse. Fuck. How close am I to the bottom? I gotta wait. I need to eat.
Did you almost drown?
Oh yeah, I had like 3 hearts left. I'm gonna drink some water. Hydration time, peoples. I hate they made that feature the same as Java. I hate it. The food feature where like it uses up some hunger to heal yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't go from like 1 heart all the way to full after eating once. You have to like eat again most of the way through it.
Well, depending on the food you're eating, you're gonna have to eat multiple of it.
Oh, because
like,
of the saturation of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that.
Because I know, like, an apple, you're gonna have to eat a couple to get the full health, but like a steak or a pork chop, you only need to eat like 1 or 2, and then you're fine.
Oh, but then when you heal, my problem is like before in Bedrock when you didn't. How close am I? Am I at it? Is it? Use a sword. Why is it not bubbling? Okay, now it is. I think
it might be time to sleep. Yes, time to sleep.
What's happening? It's not working. Why is it not working? It's supposed to go. Maybe because this is all flowing water. And we need to kill him. Okay. Fine. Let me go back upstairs and drowned almost twice again. The one thing that I hate using with my super strong pickaxe is the ice sounds like the glass, so I can't tell if I'm like veering off to the side and like breaking the elevator, or if I'm just breaking the glass only. And then it gets dark. Oh. Like that. Alright. 2 more drowning sessions, and then the elevators will be full of water, but still not operational.
Good luck.
Like I can see through the 4th dimension. Ha! See? That's what you gotta do. You just gotta go in guns a blazing, and then
Pow, 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 pow.
hey.
Hello, signature.
Hello. It said go in guns a blazing, so I started it blazing.
Yeah, so I almost drowned twice making that water blocks for one elevator, and then I went guns a blazing on the second one and like only went through like 3 bubbles. So
It sounds like
moral-
I was gonna say, it sounds like your new toy is too dangerous for you.
yeah, or the moral of the story is just commit. Any hesitation leads to problems.
I thought you were gonna say commit more crimes.
How are you, signature?
How are y'all doing?
Good.
Good. Did you say something before that, or because I think you cut out?
No. I just said, how are y'all doing?
Oh, good. How are you?
I'm good, I guess. I got my truck back today.
Ah,
Nice.
Yes.
Well, that is always good.
Yes. It was in the shop for a week.
My car was in the shop for 5 hours.
What happened to yours?
Every time I hit the brakes, it's like. So I was like, yeah, this is probably something I should fix soon.
Wait, every time you hit the brakes, what happened?
So after about a week and a half, I was like, all right, I got 2 days off, so now I can fix it.
What did they say the problem was?
I needed to replace the brakes because it's in the red.
Oh, yeah.
And- and-
Man, I
That's important.
gotta do that as well, and I have just been lazy.
yeah.
Look at all those chickens.
Kiki.
Hello.
Who's got chickens?
I feel bad now because I had to get an oil change and that was it. That was the easiest thing ever. But
Yeah. What was it? I thought it was the front, and they're like, "Oh no. The fronts are bad, but the rears are worse. So don't do the
Damn.
fronts right now, but come back very soon. And you absolutely, we recommend that you get these done like right now." And I was like, "Oh," and they're like, "And it's also cost more than what you were budgeting, so there goes all your money." And I'm like, "Oh, that's why I didn't come here earlier." Okay, take my money and make sure my car can stop.
Yeah. Well, I turned my truck on. Think this was it was last week. Last week.
Oh, the truck that saved us during the blizzard?
Yes.
Yay!
Yeah. So like 2 weeks ago at this point, turned it on to go for a ride. Bunch of codes shot up on my dash, lights flashing, all sorts of bad things happen. So called in to make an appointment to take it in. They tell me they don't have an open spot until the next week. So 1 week later, which was last week, I take it into the shop, only to receive a call about halfway through the day telling me that I had squirrels that nested in my engine bay,
oh,
and they chewed through all of the wires in my wiring harness.
Oh my god!
wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
and they were still in the engine bay when I took them to the shop, so they were there. They rode the whole way to the shop in my engine bay, just chilling. So I hate squirrels now because
Alright.
it was a $10,500 charge
Oh my
to
god!
do all of that. So
10,000?
$10,000.
You didn't have squirrel
Dang.
insurance?
Oh no, I just took it off because it was the
You know,
winter.
that's an everyday thing. You know, have squirrel insurance.
Well, I'm about to have a pellet gun And every time I see a damn squirrel, I'm gonna shoot it.
No.
Because them damn things just cost me $10,000.
Is this like with insurance or?
I don't.
No, this I had to make a claim with my insurance, which I have never had to do with my vehicle up till this point. So I'm very upset that I had to make a claim over some stupid squirrels.
Oh my god.
They weren't even secret squirrels.
Oh, I bet they opened up the engine and like freaking Chippendale was like freedom. Just started
Dude.
running around. People start screaming.
No, they didn't want to get out. They stayed in there. They had to get an air hose and start blowing them out.
They're like, we're trying
Like-
to save our food for winter. Leave us alone.
Dude, I was so mad. I was sick.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So for all you squirrels out there, it's on sight, son. It's on sight.
Wow. Imagine having beef with squirrels in 2024.
Dude, who would have thought? Thought we had gotten past this point. We were better than the squirrels.
Are they though?
I mean, I like squirrels. I was like, I mean,
Well, like-
they're cute. I didn't. I don't like them anymore. Little bastards.
They liked with the past
Yeah,
tense.
very much past tense.
Oh man. Well, glad you got your car back. Truck back.
Me too. I missed it.
Kiki, how are you?
Kiki,
Signature.
you survived your snowstorm.
Yes, I did. But I'm doing good. Now I'm flooding and I need a boat.
Oh man, all the snow melted.
Well, no, for the next. Hold on, let me look at the weather real quickly, see if it's updated.
Oh yeah, it's gonna rain for the next couple of days here as well.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain until Sunday.
Yay.
So now I need a vote because we're gonna flood basically.
Dang.
Yeah, so from hunkering down to now needing Noah's Ark, I'm.
You're going through all the feelings.
Yes, I am. Other than that, I'm doing pretty good.
No,
Well, if I had a boat, I'd help you.
Hey.
no recent car issues.
Oh, if I become stranded, I'll send out an SOS.
But how do smoke signals work in water?
I'll put out the bat symbol.
That works.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll definitely know what it means because other people be like, like, Kiki needs help. Oh man.
Everybody grab a boat and some swimming shorts. Going in.
It is good to have us.
This pink and purple house looks very interesting.
Yes, I have no idea what I'm doing with it, but I'm sticking with it.
I like the red windows.
Thank you. I think I stole them from somebody. 'Cause I did not make that glass.
Signature. Did you break my prototype?
Prototype? No? Wait, what? Huh? I haven't touched anything. You can't prove it. I wasn't there. Wait, what prototype?
The prototype for the bridge build that we're gonna make once these tunnels are done.
No, I didn't touch anything. I promise.
I'm gonna have to go check.
I've touched nothing. Except for the tree grower bamboo thing.
Oh.
That's it. I've touched nothing else.
I was like, what is that clicking sound? Oh, well, I just unloaded some stuff. Okay. I need kelp. Turn this stuff into source blocks. Juan, did we have trouble with did it like only go halfway up and then we had to like swim down or something?
Yeah, I think there was like something. I think we had to play around with it for a little while to like finally get it to work.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly what, but
Yeah.
This is it. Oh, yeah.
So, once excuse me, get the elevators done, I'm gonna start setting up assignments. And once we stream, I'm gonna hand out assignments. They'll be really quick. And then y'all can do one assignment for the big project, and then y'all can go to your other projects. Cause if I try to do this on my own, then we won't get it done till like 2026.
Question:
Mm-hmm.
Can all of my assignments be explosion based?
Once we get to the ocean part, possibly. Because
I will consider it.
Because we need to get rid like where the spire is actually gonna be is in the middle of the ocean, and it's gonna go to bedrock. So there's a lot of land that needs to be removed.
Sounds like a lot of land.
Yeah. Why am I taking the stairs when there's a water elevator? That's perfectly full.
Because you don't like whipped cream, and that's what happens when you don't like whipped cream.
Oh my god.
Can't let that go.
Eat. Let's not eat this kelp.
Ah!
Yes.
You got any AITA questions?
I do. I have restocked on a whole bunch of them.
Woo!
Let me put this pattern down real quickly and I will read out one.
I don't think. Okay, I guess in the meantime, let me go over my. Ooh, a new version of Asana. Please don't break. And
Request denied.
Wow, that's a big banner. Okay. String question. Oh. I went to a store that I kind of don't like. And like, do y'all have a store that you sometimes go to because you don't like it, but then you like kind of like, I don't know. It's like you just keep coming back to the store even though you don't like it.
No, because all those stores that I hate, I'll never go to. Because I love Costco and I get everything that I need from Costco.
I have joined the Costco.
Oh wait, you know what? Actually, GameStop. GameStop is becoming that for me. I used to really like GameStop, man. Every time the GameStop that was closest to my house, for the longest time, I was friends with the people that worked there. You know, I would talk to them, they would talk to me. Even when some of the managers swapped out and the new one came in, you know, I built some kind of relationship. And for whatever reason, the latest iteration of their staff, I guess, they're just And maybe I'm too old, and they're Gen Z, and they but I got no rapport with them, so I'm like, I don't like going to GameStop anymore because it's just a lot of their shit's inconvenient. Most of the time, the prices don't make sense. Don't just isn't as enjoyable as it used to be back in the day.
Okay.
But I still got to get my games.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
I've been trying to find a physical copy of Tears of the Kingdom, and there
Ooh.
are a couple GameStops that I haven't checked, but they're always like super busy and like everyone is like doesn't want to be there, and so I get it.
I hate that Costco had Tears of the Kingdom, and they have it for like $7 cheaper than all of the other places, and I didn't get it, and I'm mad at myself for not getting it.
Yeah.
Sleep Taco and Signature.
Oh.
One more way.
I'm sorry. I'm playing around. So yeah, I have one grocery store that I like. I don't go to because I don't like it, but I keep finding myself like I don't purposely go there, but I just like end up there, and I'm like, why did I come here?
Is it Randall's? It's Randall's, isn't it?
Do you feel the same way about that store?
Yeah, I'm the opposite, where I like Randall's and I never find myself going there enough.
Why do you like Randall's?
Because there's nobody ever in there.
Because it sucks.
No, you have to go at the right time.
Every time you go, it sucks all the time.
What? They have such good prices.
No, they don't.
They do.
They do not.
They do.
If you don't have their card, they charge you double.
What? I mean, why don't you have one of their cards?
I
That
do
doesn't
have
make
one
sense.
of their cards because I'm like, I'm not paying double.
The last time we went in there, we got they had a buy one get two free on chicken quarters. We're like, yo, made out like some thieves. You got like half price steaks, man. We got 4 habanero peppers for $1. I mean, we felt
Was
rich.
it good quality or sketchy quality?
No, it's good quality.
Their sales, which they
Yes.
absolutely need to have, can be decent.
Yes.
But their everyday prices.
Well, that's like every other place. So they're like the everyday prices everywhere suck.
No, HEB is good.
I mean, but there's some things that you look at, you're like, I'm not spending that much on it.
Not HEB, you're like, you know what? This is cheaper than everybody else.
Well, I mean, yeah, because it's HEB.
Yeah.
It's not. It's like Costco then HEB, but
yeah.
Randall's
Why-
can't compete. Randall's can't compete with HEB.
Oh, this is where I'm getting to. So I keep finding myself at Randall's, like just like sometimes because I need a money order, but then other times because I can't like I'm like Randall's is closer to me than anything else, and instead of driving like an extra 2 miles, I'm like, let me just grab something real quick. And every time I go there, there's nobody in the store, which is nice if it was HEB. But then the people that are there are like 70 plus. Like
That's even better. That means that you know they're not gonna talk to you.
But then I'm like, okay, and then anything I grab, I'm like, oh, I only can get half as much as I want because the prices here are double, and I'm like,
You just gotta go.
I just don't like. It's like I basically need to research the newspaper before I walk in there.
I mean, yeah.
To be able to save any kind of money, and if not, if you don't research their ad, you will spend double just straight off the bat. So I don't like that, and everything's brown. Like the floor is brown, the shelves are brown, the lights are brown, like everything in there. Everybody's uniform is brown. And I'm like, why is the inside of this store just all like tan brown? And I'm like, it's, and then like the aisles are all skinny, and I'm like, it's just, I just do.
That is true. Their aisles are skinny.
Yeah, and I'm like, I just do not like this.
But you
store.
want to know why the aisles are skinny? Because there's nobody there, and it's perfect.
So, yeah. So what was it? A coworker was like, "Oh, that same coworker that I had that weird conversation. Things are good now. Like
That's good.
we're having normal conversations, and I'm not fucking it up." So,
Wait, Randall's is the closest thing to you?
no, Randall's is the closest thing to someone that I know, and
Oh, okay,
Look at
okay.
Taco growing up, having normal conversations.
I can say words.
So yeah, so he was like, "Oh, he's like, Randall's is going out of business." I'm like, "What?" So
Yeah.
I'm like, "All of them?"
The flagship store in our city is closing.
Yeah. So I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, the one over on blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Okay, I know that one." And he was like, "Yeah." I went over there, and he's like, "I got some steaks, like what you said." Basically, he like got the stuff. he did his research on the newspaper, and he's like, "Yeah, I saved like $8." And I'm like, "Huh." You know what? I need a couple things, and it was right before the weather was about to get bad, and I was like, you know what? I need a couple things because we got to get rid of the milk that I bought, and I was like, you know what? Let me just swing by there after work. So I go by there after work. Parking lot sucks. I'm like, God, why is there so much grass in the parking lot? Like,
What?
so new.
That's the weirdest
That's
thing.
I was going to say that's a weird thing to complain about
Why is there so much nature outside?
No, like, okay, so
compared to
how-
Walmart, where it's like completely barren.
Yes, it's completely barren, and the only thing that divides everything up is paint on the ground. Like
That and the people waiting to mug you.
Oh my God.
Yes. So this Randall's is like they have those like medians just dividing every single line, and all the parking spots are like angular, and I'm like,
Yeah, because you got to realize Randall's have been around in the city longer than the city's been here.
yeah.
So, but that's just, I mean, they're old timey. That's why you have to find all of their sales in the newspaper. Everything's brown. None of their stores have windows. It's just because they're you know,
and the people
a
who
piece
shop
of the
there-
past.
The people who shop there were young when they opened.
Exactly.
Yes.
They're like, we used to come here to get malts.
So, yeah, so I'm like, I hate this parking lot because, like, it's one of those parking lots that you can't cut across. It's not like I cut across parking lots all the time, but it's like
It sounds
if
like you do.
No, it's what it was like. I wanted to because I had to keep driving up and down every single lane because I couldn't. Like, it just took forever. I was like, ooh, there's a spot close to the store. Let me drive up and down 3 or 4 lanes to get over to that spot, and then somebody else already took it. So I'm like, as soon as I pulled in, and like all the drain things, like is built like old school drain things, where they're like, you know what? Let's have this spot sink down, and hopefully the water will go down this drain, instead of like designing the whole thing so where the water just kind of flows down. So it's like lumpy, and I'm like trying to find this. I'm like, as soon as I pulled in, I'm like, why am I coming here? And I was like, okay, let's save money, and then I'll be able to tell that person tomorrow that I went to the store he recommended and I saved money. Yay, brownie points. So I went there, and I'm like, I hate this store. So as soon as I get in, I'm like, yep, everything's brown. And then I look at the shopping carts, and the shopping carts are like small and like they're small and like that rubberized metal black. So like when you grab it, just feels weird because it's like a coated it's like metal coated. I was like, you know what, one, I don't plan on buying a lot, and two, I don't want to push this cart, so I'm just gonna walk past it. So I just walked in, and I'm like, okay, cool. I was like, you know what, Oreos are never on sale, so let me get some Oreos here, and they're like 20% off, and I'm like, cool. And then I go and I look, and all the signs are like up to 70% off, but mostly 20% off. And I'm like, sounds like Randall's.
Speaking of this sale thing, it reminds me of what happened yesterday.
What happened?
If you don't know, around this time of the year, Ross does this giant sale. I don't know if Ross is like a store over there where you are.
Yes.
I feel like
It
it
I've
is.
seen Ross here in Jersey. Yeah,
Ye-
I think, yeah. It's
Yes,
kind of like
yes, yes.
Michael's.
Yes.
Yes. January 22nd was Ross's annual 49-cent day where they take like things that are clearance and they mark it down to 49 cents
Oh hell.
to try to get rid of inventory to bring in new inventory.
Yep.
And I went to my Ross to look and maybe think about buying something. Worst decision of my life. I thought shopping at peak time of Christmas in Ross was bad. Oh my gosh. I walked up in there and the line went all the way to the back of the store, all the way to the wall, and all the way back to the front of the store.
That's my cue to go home.
Yes, I went home because it was like right after work too, and I was like, I'm not dealing with this.
That sounds like a hell that is reserved for very special people.
People with a lot of time on their hands. Because if I would have seen that, I would be like, guess I'm not doing this. But yeah, Randall's never has that problem because they're always empty.
So far, the only thing that you've described that I have a problem with is probably the shopping carts. No, the parking lot doesn't bug me. The fact that they don't have blowout sales doesn't bug me. Like it's an old store, and I have a soft spot for it because when I worked in the beer business, like Randall's were just the easy store. You go in, you're like, you're not gonna die today, you know. Because they never got big orders because they were never busy, so they didn't. They're usually like located right by an HEB, so everybody's going to the HEB. And it's just like the parking lot doesn't bug me because it's usually empty, and like all of the things that you said, I've had to deal with at a Walmart on top of dealing with all of the customers and the crazy people, and I'm just like, yo, I'll take a Randall's any day.
Yeah. So I'm like. Yeah, the guy, he was like, oh, yeah, I saved so much money. It's like 70% off. And I get there, and they're like, no, everything you want is 20% off. And and here's a list of every single price point with the markdown price. So if you want something that's like $11.99, you got to flip to page 7 to find out what 20% off of that is. And I'm like, who printed out all of these like booklets and just put it down every single aisle? And then, like, there's like 50 signs in the store saying, blowout, everything must go, going out of business sale, up to 70% off. And then on every single shelf is like 20% off, 20% off, 20% off, 20% off. And I'm like, fine, let me get the stuff that I was going to get because I already, like, ventured here. And then I'm going to go home. So I went and I'm like, cool. The one thing that's good that happened is I got Oreos for 20% off because Oreos have like gone up like $1 and something. I was like, cool, got that. And then, what was it? I got some macaroni because I need to use up all the milk. And I'm like, cool, got that. And then I was like, get some
cheesy.
tuna. Huh?
Because you're cheesy.
Oh, yeah. And then throw some tuna in there. Oh, yeah. So, got some tuna, and I'm like, cool, $2 tuna, and I'm like, if it was that HEB, this would be $1 something, but fine. Then I get to the register, and I'm like, cool, I got like a handful of things, and then I'm like ringing it up, and it was like, oh, this thing that said it was $1, it is actually $2.50, and I'm like, well, maybe like it kicks in if I ring up more than one, because I think it said 5 for $5. So I rung up all 5, and it was like, yep, that's $20. Or what was it? Yeah, it was like, yep, it's $7 instead of 5. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, hey, I think the sign said like 5 for $5. And he's like, oh, yeah, when you get to the checkout part, it'll actually show up. And I'm like, okay. And then I click the checkout part, and it's like, no, like the 5 for 5 discount is actually conflicting with the 20% off one. So here's the 20% off one because that's what we're doing today. And I'm like, y'all can't stack discounts? Like, I even know
That's
how to
too
do
hard.
that. I'm
It's
like,
like,
I even
No
know
wonder
how to-
y'all going out of business.
Man. So then I'm like, okay, fine. Let me just get out of here because I got to get home and cook. And then the grand total was like $30. And I'm like, how the fuck did I spend $30 with a handful of stuff on a store that's going out of business? I'm like, this is why y'all are going out of business. I am never coming back to this one.
$30 doesn't sound that bad to me.
$30 for like maybe like 10 things. I'm like, it's supposed to be 70% off. I was expecting to spend like $9. And if it was like HEB, I would have spent $9. So I'm like, yeah, I hate the store and I'm glad that one's going out of business. I felt
Poor
bad.
guy.
I was like, oh, Randall's. I used to be over here all the time. I used to go to the store all the time. Oh, let me go see it for the last time. And
Poor Randall.
and it was like kicked me in the butt on the way out. It's like, thanks for the $30, dummy. And I'm like, you know what? This is why I don't like you, Randall. So
Go hang out with Albertson.
all of those are gone, right?
Yeah, those are gone.
Yeah.
A lot of those turned into Randall's.
Yeah.
I think that they're gonna turn into K. Rogers now.
K. Rogers.
Yeah,
We need Kroger's here.
yeah, that's what I said. K. Rogers.
Oh. For some reason, I
Ah.
feel like that was the name, but that's what you were saying. But
Never thought I'd say this, but I miss Publix in Florida.
I miss Tops in New York.
Oh, I've been to a Publix.
What was
That's
it?
about as far as the story goes. I was there.
Dang, what was it? It's like Tops, Wegmans, and something else. There were like three like grocery chains up there when I was a kid.
We've got New Jersey Stop and Shop, ShopRite. I think that's it. Or yeah, King's. I think I don't know. And the occasional Target if you're interested, I guess.
I don't know how I feel about Target.
I have mixed feelings.
Target. I feel about Target kind of like how you feel about Randall's, where it's like I like Target. I'm partial to Target, but their prices are a little high. But when you can get a sale,
Yeah.
it's a nice sale. And like just the stuff that they carry is like a little bit higher class. And
There's
and it's like a
I'm-
like a what do you call it? Not like really high class, but like a show offy, just surface level high class.
I've never felt that way about anything at Target.
Yeah, every time I go, I'm like, a lot of the stuff there is, I feel like is very cheaply made, and
Yeah.
it's targeting a very specific individual that shops there all the time. But I don't know, and like it's true, like you go in there for one thing, and then all of a sudden you're like, why am I spending money on this thing when I'm never gonna use it again? So it's just like I don't know, it's hit or miss for me.
And they're
That was-
out of stock on everything too, man. Like they never have inventory.
Nowadays or like from like all the time?
I mean, recently that I started going to Target, it's been empty.
Yeah, they have problems with
Or they're like, oh, we're moving everything around. I'm like, again?
they move stuff around a lot. Because it's like that retail trick. They're like, last time you went here, it was at the front of the store, and when you come back next week,
But-
it's gonna be in the back of the store, so you have to like wander around trying to find it. And
No, but it
and
doesn't
you
even make
process
sense
and
because it's not even like that. It's not even like, oh, we tricked you. It's just like everything is just always in the state of move and never reaches its destination. All the shelves are empty, or they're on pallets, or they're on carts, and they're like, so they're not even doing the trick properly because
Yes.
the product isn't even out.
Yeah, recently that's just a manpower issue. There's like, well, we have this process where we move stuff around like every 10 weeks, but they didn't show up, so
But it takes 10 weeks to do it. So
yeah, and then by that time it needs to move again because you're behind schedule.
I'm
Yeah,
like, bro,
yeah, that's
Yeah.
a straight up manpower issue.
yeah. So I always feel hopeful when I go into Target, and then just completely
Kiki
let
and
down
Taco
afterwards.
Yeah. Well, yeah, back in the heyday, like 10, 15 years ago, Target was nice.
Yeah, I bought the best memory I have with Target is they had Resident Evil 4 on the PlayStation 2 for sale. It was like $40 or $30 or something. I don't remember. And I was like, ooh, and I got it. I ended up playing the hell out of that game.
Some of their sales are weird. Like,
They had that One Piece Odyssey game.
Mhm.
They had it for sale on. I think they were just trying to get rid of it. It was like $15 for the PS5.
Some of their sales are like a penny off, but they won't say it's a penny off. It'll be like $20, and they're like, on sale, $19.99. Shh, don't tell nobody.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, it's on sale for $20. Cool. I'm like, y'all, this is a stupid sign.
If you pick off the price tag or like look under the sign, a lot of the times you get to see the original price.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's what's been happening for Black Friday sales and stuff like that. People have been noticing that like oh, it's $330, but it used to be $360, but it's like, oh, it's hidden behind all the prices and stuff like that. So
Gay.
I think Kiki went to sleep. IRL. We bored her with our old folk talk.
Well, yeah, and then like the one sale that I do kind of like that Target does have is they're like, buy this and we'll give you $50 to buy other stuff here only. And like, here's a Target gift card if you buy.
That man Kohl's used to do that. They're like, for every $50 you get Kohl's bucks. I'm like, this is such a ripoff.
There was like two specific things that I was trying to get, and
was it ripped end off?
Huh?
Was it ripped end off? Because that's what you got.
What was it? It was there's two things I was trying to get, and the pricing worked out to where if I bought 4 of them, then I would get enough Kohl's cash to get one of them for free the next time. So then it was like this like treadmill thing where it's like, as soon as I get them and they get delivered, then the cash pops into my account, and then like 2 weeks later I can use it again. So like for a couple months I was just like recycling it and getting one of the items for free over and over, and then the item went out of stock, and I'm like, shit. And then I kept getting emails that like, hey, your $5 is about to expire, and I'm like, yeah, I know, and y'all are out of the 2 things I want, so it's gonna expire. And they're like, today's the last day. And I'm like, what am I gonna do with this? And then my mom was like, just buy anything. Like, just walk in there and buy candy. Like, don't let $5 go to waste. And I'm like, oh.
True that. You get them Oreos you were talking about.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I should have did that.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Thank you. I was on the phone.
But who has phone?
My phone.
I'm supposed to be putting up dirt out of my pocket so that I can bone meal the...
Oh, I have the questions whenever we're ready.
Pocket dirt. I am ready now. Let's do this. So we can.
Pocket dirt. Let's see. Let me get up in here. Let's see. Let's do.
White dust. We're talking about something you shouldn't be talking about.
No, things into and I don't have. So I crushed bone meal to see if I can get it to grow, and
Mhm,
I
mhm.
almost turned it into dye. Yeah, that was right.
Okay, let's see. Am I the butthole for kicking my maid of honor out of my wedding with 5 days notice?
What did
No,
she
because I feel like I think I've heard this one, and no.
do? What
She
did
slept with her husband. That what happened?
I don't remember, but I just remember it was like, no, you're totally like you're good on this. I think it might be a different one, but there were a couple of yeah. I think I know where this is going. She might have like um made demands about something that she shouldn't have made demands of, or something. I don't know. It's
Okay,
Uh,
so 5 days notice. Whether whether it's deserved or not, the whole like people like whether
she's not canceling the wedding. She's just taking out that one person.
yeah, but that maid of honor had to spend money on that dress.
yeah, and like going through all the whole process and everything, and then like plus ones, I guess maybe. So
Well,
like
I mean,
it was like so
I,
like going through that whole thing like i if it's something bad enough, then yes. But if it's not something bad, like really bad, then it's like causing a
what
whole.
what did she do to get kicked out?
Well, that's what we're gonna find out.
She's sitting
I'm
there like,
23, female, getting married in a couple of days.
oh, bad decision.
Most of this is in the last 2 weeks. My maid of honor, 26 female M, was in charge of planning my bachelorette party, which I wanted
Ooh.
to be a surprise. We live in a city, but none of us live downtown, so I was hoping for a hotel room downtown and having a fun night out with friends, or maybe a brunch. Most of the bridal party lives locally, but 2 girls flew in for it. When M picked me up 2 weeks ago on Friday, I was excited to see where we were going and what we were doing. We ended up going to M's 1 bedroom townhome and
Oh.
spent the whole weekend there. There are 8 of us, so it was so cramped and we kept running into issues with only one bathroom. On Friday night, we had games and ordered pizza. Saturday, we had a mimosa bar, went shopping, ordered food, and watched a movie before parting ways on Sunday. It wasn't the bachelorette party of my dreams or particularly a fun weekend, but it was okay and I appreciate it. Last week, my fiance, 32M, Jay, had just returned from a work trip. I haven't caught him up to speed on the party because there wasn't much to report. But when he returned, we were chatting and I told him about the party. He looked confused but said nothing else that evening. The next day, I got a message from M asking to meet up to talk about something. M revealed that Jay had given her a significant amount of money over a year ago with the intention that it was to be used to pay for a bachelorette party. It would have been enough to pay for the entire bridal party to go do a week-long vacation out of town, including airfare, hotel, food, drinks, and fun. I wasn't expecting this type of event. A weekend downtown would have been wonderful, and even though the party at her home wasn't what I hoped for, I was fine with it because I got to be with all of my friends. She instead used the money to pay off credit card debt and hoped that no one would notice. I told her I needed some time to process and went home. After talking with Jay about it, I decided that the best action would be to remove her from the wedding. I came to this decision because I don't feel like I can trust her and don't want her to be standing next to me at my wedding. I slept on it overnight and sent her a text saying this on Monday. Since I had been getting texts from her mom and boyfriend telling me how awful I am for doing this since I didn't need a big party and M was able to financially benefit, My mom is also getting removed from the wedding as she like a sister to our family, and it would be tragic for me to get married without M there. The rest of the bridal party is split, half saying I shouldn't have kicked her out, and the other half agreeing with me. M has called me crying because she had already has her dress. Jay and I paid for all the dresses, and she couldn't wear it anywhere. At this point, I want the wedding to be over with so I can be on my honeymoon and not have to deal with these people. So was my action too extreme? Am I the butthole?
No,
No,
not at all.
Oh,
absolutely
fuck.
not. She profited it off of this guy's money, and then they're saying that she didn't need a big party. She paid for her to. Oh, ooh.
Just because you don't need a big party doesn't mean you don't give a big party.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like it's for a good reason too. Like it's your bachelorette, like getting married and stuff like that is always a huge deal too. So it's like once in a lifetime kind of thing.
Yes, what's
And she didn't even pay for it. She didn't. Her husband paid for them to go have the party. She used the money for her personal gain, and then is surprised that someone is upset about it. Like, I ain't give you that money for you to pay off your credit cards.
Yes. Oh my gosh. The bride is totally not a butthole for doing that because that's horrible.
That is not a
Cause
friend.
oh my gosh.
That
Cause
is
like
not a friend.
yeah, I'm like, I don't give a care if it's financially benefiting you. That money that my husband gave to you was to be spent on something else, not on you.
It's supposed to be spent on her, on his wife.
Yeah,
Yes.
and her friends. But yeah.
Oh my
Friends, plural, not friend, as in just you to pay off your bills because you're bad at money.
God.
Yeah, because the fact that I mean, because that had to be a lot of money because there was 8 of them. There was enough to pay for a week-long trip with
Yeah.
mileage and food and drinks and fun.
Wait, can we just talk about how rich this guy is to be able to afford all of that?
Well,
Like,
it might
god
just
dang.
be like a one-time thing, just like obviously like once in a lifetime again. So it's not like he can do that all the time. I imagine it's like this one thing, and he did it a year ago too. So it wasn't like I don't know.
Yeah, but he saved up enough money to do that. That's not a small amount of money. Plane tickets are not cheap. And for 8 people in a room and to go out of town, like that's an expensive trip.
Lucky her.
For real.
Yeah, because like
Does-
I can
does he-
understand not wanting a big party because I
Does
would
he have a
probably be like
brother?
the same. Oh my gosh. I would probably be the same way. I probably wouldn't want a big party, but if I find out later on that somebody had actually paid to have like this really big fancy thing, but they ended up spending it on themselves, then yeah, I'm gonna be pissed about that.
Oh
Over
my
here
God. It's
sharing one bathroom with 8 girls. You know how stank that is? You know it didn't smell good in there. You know it wasn't pleasant. Hair everywhere.
this
Oh, it's
Uh-huh.
enough
guy.
space.
Like he knows that she doesn't want a lot, and he's like, "I'm gonna spoil my woman."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Here, best friend of my woman, please treat her nice. I've worked really hard for this present for her." And she's like, "Thanks for canceling
and-
my debt."
Yeah, all she hears is treat me nice and then just takes it. What's that one meme where it's the guy gives the package and here's like, "Oh, this is I don't know. This is the cure for peace. I just created the cure for peace." And he gives it to the guy, and then the guy's like, "Cure for peace? I just created the cure for peace." Or whatever. That's exactly what happened. He gives her the money. He's like, "This is for the wedding party." And all she heard was credit card debt. "This is for me. This is for my wife." Oh man. Dude, I would have been high.
I don't know. Honestly, as a different note, I don't know how the bridal party is split on this situation. Like,
It's like
honestly, how are you siding
They
with
also probably
them?
have like debt, and they probably would have done the same thing.
she probably gave like
I bet you they all come from some kind of money, so they don't understand the significance of it. So they're probably kind of like, well, it's not a big deal. It's just money.
I
Oh
wonder
my
if some of
god.
them got some of the money.
Oh,
Oh, I could see that. That
Say
could
that again.
possibly
What
be
was
an
it?
answer.
Some of them got some of the money.
As like a bribe, like don't talk about this.
Well, no, it's like I'll set this
You
up
pro-
and then let's split some of it. It's like eh, you got credit card debt too. Here you go.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
damn.
I think on top of it, I think it's like it's different if it was like a small amount of money, you know, like $5 or $10, something I can easily overlook. But the amount of money that I'm like thinking in my head, that's not a amount of money that you can just overlook.
Yeah, yeah. That's that man. It's got to be close to like $10,000. Because
Even if it was like 5,000, that's still a lot.
it's yeah, it's way more than I'm comfortable giving to another person for no reason.
hmm Oh, let me see. Let me look at this.
Um,
Also apparently the maid of honor didn't actually tell her out of guilt when the bride told her fiance about the party. The fiance went to the maid of honor and told her that she needed to tell the bride or else he would.
Ooh.
So she was gonna take that
yeah,
secret to her grave.
100%. Yeah, because it's one of them things where it's like,
She thought she was gonna get away with it. Yeah, that's not a friend. That's not the person that you want at your wedding.
the
Yeah,
guy
I
is.
agree.
I am like so impressed by this guy because I'm like,
Yeah,
he respects their friendship to where he's not gonna be like, she did what? No, I blah 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 blah. He's like, no, you're gonna own up to what you did, and like was quiet
that's
quiet
man.
in the moment and went. He's like, you need to admit to what you did, or else I'll step in.
That's it's a good guy. It's a
Yeah.
very like calm, level-headed way of reacting.
Yeah.
Somebody in the comments says that they are speculating that it was probably around $25,000.
Yeah, I was thinking
Fuck.
about similar, so because I'm like, I'm thinking about going on a trip soon, and I'm like trying to budget it, and I'm like, just for 2 people for a couple days. I'm like,
It's not cheap.
Is this amount? And I'm like, yeesh. And then he was like, oh, 8 people for a week, and I'm like, oh.
Oh hell no.
Uh,
Well, when
I
I
might
went
have
to
gotten like a
Spain,
Groupon or something, like a coupon maybe.
Nah, that's for like the
No.
regular thing. This is once in a lifetime. He's like,
Yeah.
I'ma spoil my woman.
When I went to Spain back in 2013, 2012, 2013, I can't remember. And this was a while back. The ticket alone for like the cheap seats was like $1,200. And that's 10 years ago money. And the only reason I could afford that is because I was staying with my family. So I didn't have to pay for a hotel or nothing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Quick question. How can I get more kelp?
Planted in
Doesn't
water,
the
mill it.
Go to Bikini
the
Bottom.
farm have kelp? The Guardian farm?
Oh, that's right. But if it doesn't, what do you mean? Like, put it on dirt underwater and grow it? Because it's not
Yes.
working.
Yes.
It's not working.
Put it on dirt, underwater, grow it up, and then break it, and blow up, and then grow it up, and break it, and
I
do
can't
it like
get
that.
to work.
You
What
can
you
also go to
mean?
Bikini Bottom.
You need more than one. The whole kelp has to be underwater.
What do you mean?
As in, like,
Oh,
you need to be like in the ocean, honestly, so you have like the highest,
Well, if I put
it
most
can
amount
only
of space to work with.
grow in water blocks, so it has
Yes.
to have enough blocks for it to grow.
yeah,
Yes.
the pool's like 3, so I put 1 at the bottom, and I'm trying to grow 2 just to see if that works, and I can't. It's not even working at all.
But see, you go into a pool that has chlorine in it.
Oh my gosh. Let me see where are you?
Cause I tried to do that in the elevator and it wasn't working. So I was like, maybe something else is wrong. So like, is it sand?
Do, 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 do. Here I come.
Save the day.
The village, frolicking through the villages. Frolic, frolic, frolic.
Man, I'm hungry.
Man, I thought that I was gonna name this episode Elevator and like I knock it out in like 10 minutes and be like, ha! It's called Elevator, but I did mostly other stuff the whole stream, and here I am stuck for like an hour working on this stupid elevator and it's not gonna be done.
Yes.
I feel like that's like everything with Minecraft and stuff like that. You have you go in with one idea, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I need to do this, 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 and this.
What are you talking about? It's working just fine.
Thank you.
Elevator.
Oh my
More
gosh,
lights.
I just
No!
went all the
You
way
didn't
over
say
here.
Sand. I figured that out, and then you walked up, took credit
Because I am trying to figure out what you were having an issue with.
because I was trying to grow it on dirt. It's like, no.
It should work with with dirt.
It doesn't. Come look. What the fuck? Why is it
See?
working now? This is bullshit.
Because that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, what do you mean it doesn't work?
It hasn't been working this whole. You know what? Thank you for stepping and like generating your magic because now I can finish my project. But for an hour, it was not working.
You should charge them.
Gosh, you just made me sprint across this
No,
whole entire
thank you
field
for-
to get
thank you
over
for-
here.
Thank you for bestowing your presence on me and it fixed it because this was not working earlier. Sitting
You're
here almost
welcome.
drowning for like an hour.
Okay, well, I'm over here. Might as well read the next one in my boat. Go
Yeah.
Kiki and
Whoops.
her boat.
It's not big. This is relatively kind of small.
Kiki's got a yacht. I believe it.
Yeah, see, he like, yeah. It's
I mean, compared to my boat on my world, yeah, this is kind of small.
oh,
You-
sorry
you-
for having not a million resources.
Isn't your
A
boat
million
parked
resources.
over
You
here?
told me I was limited to one chunk.
Well, yeah.
Oh my
You
gosh.
got a
I am-
whole area for a castle.
Yeah, I haven't started that yet. I almost yeeted my bird off my boat. I forgot it was on the front part of my boat. Oh my gosh, I'm on a rescue mission. And then I'm gonna start the next one.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
I'm on a rescue mission to save a parrot from, I guess, technically flying off to its area, but
Why is it not working now? What the fuck?
Kiki left.
Yeah, the magic wore off.
yeah, I've apparently gone too far.
Yeah.
There we go.
The area of effect is gone.
Ooh, I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3.
How is it?
It is a good game. Holy crap, it is a good game. It is a really good
People
game.
at work are playing.
It's a good game.
Yeah, I don't normally play those types of games, but that one looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, me neither. This is probably, well, I also played Divinity Original Sin 2. I didn't beat it. I tried it out, but it's the same style of gameplay. But man, those types of games, because I think it's the amount of just random crap that they put throughout the game. It's not just cut and dry where you're like, oh, just get stats and punch the stuff. Like there's so many different tricks, so many different just hidden mechanics that they put in that if you think about it, yeah, it makes sense that it works. You just wouldn't expect anybody to put it in their games. So it's it's just so much fun.
Okay.
I got Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. I think from Kiki. I think that was like one of the deals that was free or whatever. And I started it, and I am like on the third chapter or whatever, and it's a lot of fun. Like I wasn't expecting it to be a lot of fun, but it's surprisingly really good.
Yeah, that one got a lot of good reviews too.
Let's see. Ooh, I remember this one. Oh yeah, this one was hilarious. That's why I saved this one. 21 female, allegedly cheated on my boyfriend, 23 male, by assuming the relationship was over. Can I fix this?
What the
Is
hell?
this one of them like out? We were on a break situation?
Is this the Friends? This is Friends, isn't it?
So basically it is as it says in the title. 21 female, was together with Derek, 23 male, for a year. We always went out to parties, clubbing, drinking, and all these other things. At some point, I don't know, I just grew tired of the whole party scene and other stuff all the time.
Did you tell him?
I will admit it was partially due to my father constantly in my ear about me starting to take life serious, etc. So yeah, I quit that lifestyle and went to college on my parents' dime. Derek did not like that. Suddenly, you're not the same person. You think you're better than us. Come on, babe, screw that. Let's go out constantly.
Oh, that guy
Soon
sounds
enough,
crazy.
Yeah,
So
I
that
don't
guy
like this
sounds
guy.
like
Soon enough, we no longer went on dates, and he no longer invited me anywhere because I had a morality stuck up my butt that constantly judging me. He was constantly discouraging me and just dragging me down. I should have broken up with him, but I thought I was in love and kept trying to make it work. Anyway, he started getting short with me through text, stopped visiting, stopped calling, ignoring me until it was 3 months since I had ever saw him or we had any kind of interaction. I just assumed that meant we were over. So yeah, I met a cute guy a few weeks later that asked me out and I said yes. We were together for 2 months now. Mind you, this is 2 months after the first 3 months of him not have ever had an interaction with her.
so he hadn't talked to her for 3 months.
Yes,
I mean, it's
and
kind of on
she
her for not being like, "Are we done?" But I can understand.
well haven't talked or had any interaction for 3 months, met a new guy, and now she's been together with this new guy for 2 months.
Mhm.
Okay, so it's
So now we're
5 months
up to
at this point.
5 months of no interaction and or talking to this person. Okay, so a few days ago, Derek showed up in my apartment out of nowhere and started berating and insulting me, saying a friend saw me with another guy and showed me pics of us kissing. It was a nasty argument before he left. Then he left and blasted me on Facebook and Instagram for being a cheating B word and more. I felt I didn't do anything wrong until a friend of mine pointed out it was my own fault for assuming things. Gave
What
me
the
the
hell?
whole but you and me plus speech about assuming things. Keep in mind that Derek and I haven't spoken in over 5 months at this point. Some friends and others have started looking at me differently. I've never considered myself a cheater, but I guess I am. My current boyfriend still hasn't ran off, but we still have to talk. How can I fix this?
Look, I'm gonna put it to you like this: you don't not show up to a job for 5 months and then come back and be like, "Yo, where's my paychecks?" Like
Yeah.
you you don't talk to somebody, they're gonna move on. I don't.
Especially when, yeah, because she also mentioned that he ignored her. So who
Yeah,
knows in that 5 months that she tried to ask the dude or talk to the dude, he just straight up ignored her.
yeah. How do we know he wasn't out there trying to clap some cheeks either? You know?
Yeah, he also doesn't sound like a very good person, and like the people that are
Yeah.
like, yeah,
That like you don't talk to somebody for 3 months. I mean, at that point, it's done. It's cut. Is like what is there to talk about at that point?
Yeah.
You
Also,
you don't
she's
like.
trying to like better herself, kind of like going to school and stuff like that. Even though her father was like, "You need to do this," but like she's trying to better herself, and like partying is awful. Like after a while, it just gets super tiring to me, at least. But I don't know, just like trying to do something different with your life than just going out to clubs, spending money, and like partying. But I don't know. That's just
Yeah.
me.
No, I mean she tried to improve her life, and that means cutting out the terrible people, especially somebody that's not being supportive. Uh, it's, and I mean,
So
yeah, you of course you can always be like, oh, we're gonna clarify this, but at the same time, like that guy probably didn't
that's
deserve it.
that's exactly what I was gonna say. Clarification.
Yeah.
I feel like if she was like, I haven't heard from you in 3 months. I've tried to contact you. I'm gonna assume that this relationship is over and I'm going to move on. Put it in writing, and then there's nothing bad. Like,
But like it's not like it's a professional thing. It's not a professional courtesy to somebody. This isn't a business. If she reaches out, the dude don't talk to her. What she's not supposed to just sit there and wait for him to get a response. Like that's not how the world works. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately. That's just not how the world works. People don't work that way. You don't talk to somebody for that long. You don't go 5 months not talking to somebody and then wonder why they're talking to somebody else. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. That guy is entitled as hell to feel like he can just not communicate with her and she's gonna be sticking around waiting for her to show up. That guy's stupid as hell.
yeah, and I think it's like it's one of those like kind of covering your butt things because like even her friends like are like
Yeah, but
or
judging-
quote unquote friends.
yeah, going off of how she's described the guy, and I can't imagine the friends are that much different if all they do is just party and drink and like. I'm going to go out on a limb here and just say they're not the most intelligent group of people.
So I would
Well,
say
they're only
let's-
21 and 23.
Yeah, I was about to
Exactly.
say like that. Like
So-
they're still young, so
Yes, so
But-
I would say I would like because we're all like older. So I would say.
Hey, speak for yourself.
So I would say like let's not down the whole going out and all that kind of stuff. It's like they focus on having a good time. Like that. Yeah.
That's fine, but when that becomes your entire identity,
Yeah.
like
It's
well,
they just-
I went out when I was in my 20s. I did the thing too. Everybody does it. It's it's whatever
It's normal.
part of it's part of the societal norm to be able to do that. But at a certain point, you grow out of it. No, like we're not still all going like, let's go get shit faced and throw up and then live with the hangover the next day. And nobody that matures still thinks that. And if anybody looks at this situation and goes, well, you could have at least talked to him, and that like it's just a person that hasn't matured yet. She at least matured, got to the point where it's kind of like, yeah, like I'm gonna move on. I'm not gonna sit here and hope for this guy to pay attention to me, because then that's a whole different situation. Whereas she's just hoping and clinging to some guy that is not giving her the time of day.
Yeah. Oh, also there is an edit. She added a few more things. It says, thank you so much for the support, you guys. I've read most of the comments and I'm truly grateful. Just some points I forgot to add. The lead up to the no contact was basically me begging him to go out, me visiting him, me planning anything together. He never initiated anything. I carried the relationship and ran after him like a lost puppy until I got tired of doing all the work. So I decided if we were going to spend any more time together, he will have to contact me for a change. Well, he didn't, and here we are. I didn't even block him or anything. He could have contacted me at any time. To be honest, if I didn't meet my current boyfriend, I probably wouldn't even take him back. I was weak and blinded by what I thought was love and a bit of a pushover. I'm working on it. Anyways, getting back together with him is not happening. I'm happy with my current boyfriend. It's just the stigma of being a cheater or called that, and everyone not in the know thinking that, which really upsets me. But you guys are really helping me form a game plan for now. I first secured my relationship with my current boyfriend before trying to put out any fires.
Yeah, she's bettering herself, man. It's just the growing pain. the growing pain of getting better.
And also, I feel like the guy was like, "Oh, like if I don't talk to her for like a few months, she's gonna come running back to me and be like, 'Oh, I love you so much,' kind of thing." But
Yeah,
that didn't work, and he's upset.
that's very much an abusive relationship that he stopped that stopped working for him.
Mhm. I feel like the only time like long periods of communication with not talking with somebody only works or like with friends and stuff. Not like somebody you're trying to like.
Yeah, you can't not talk to the person that you're supposed to be with. You're with that person. You talk to them like friends. You can go a while if they're good friends, and you can go a while and not talk to them, and then start talking like no time has gone past. Like that's how you know it's a good friend. But if you're supposed to be dedicated and loyal to this person, there's no you don't go days and weeks and months without talking.
And also, life is busy, like adults and like your job, and you might have a family with kids and all these things. So it's like you can't really talk to everybody at the same time. But like once you do, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, we like you're still friends, but you're just busy.
Yeah.
I did it.
I agree with that, and it sounds like Taco's dying.
It took an hour and a half. The other one, like it would have taken 3 hours, but the other one just all of a sudden works. I didn't even do anything. The elevators are done. Yay. Okay.
Nice.
Nice. I have one more. I figured doing 3 is a good
I
amount
will
of
experiment.
Sweet spot. Yeah.
Rule of three.
Yeah. Yep, rule of 3. Okay, let me go. I'm over here on my diving board and
Why
read
am I-
this one out. Okay.
I'm like, the elevator's done. Let me run down the hall and run up the stairs.
Good job. Good job.
There you go.
And the signs are backwards. God dang it.
Okay. Am I the butthole for ditching my assigned bridesmaid at a wedding for one that is younger and a different race as me?
The hell?
P.S. I also ended up leaving the wedding early.
Wait.
The hell?
Oh, the guy that was like the guy that's paired with the bridesmaid?
Yes.
Oh, so he walked down with the bridesmaid, but then
No.
found another a bridesmaid more. Okay, wait. What's the story?
Am I the butthole for ditching my air quotation assigned bridesmaid at a wedding for one that is younger and a different race as me?
How'd he ditch her? What is he just like? Oh,
I'm like, aren't they
I'm not
paired
gonna.
1-to-1? I'm like, did he just like shove the other guy out of the way and be like, mine?
Yeah.
Like, or did they trade?
They're like, I don't
What
like you. I
was-
like this person. And
Did he like bunga her, like hit her over the head, and then just throw over the shoulder and be like, "This one's mine"?
Okay. More info. I'm like, if it's a trade, I'm like, yeah, that's fine. If he's like threw the guy in a locker and was like, she's mine, like it's weird. Like what?
I mean, it's not like I don't know. They're not Pokemon cards. They're adults. I'm sure they kind of all decided what they were going to do.
Okay, so one of my good friends from college was getting married. Called him Tom. To his wife, called her Liz,
Oh my God! Tom from MySpace got married.
and and asked me to be one of his groomsmen. I was honored. I haven't seen him in a while because I live across the country. When I arrived to the city, I was assigned a bridesmaid and called her Kelly. Now, Kelly is a lovely woman. However, I think we were only assigned each other because we were both black. Liz started telling me that we are both single and perfect for each other, but there was nothing to indicate that at all besides us both being black. I should add as well that Liz had a lot more bridesmaids than Tom had as groomsmen.
Okay.
The
Okay.
first night, the entire wedding party went out, and it became clear that Kelly wanted to hook up. I was not into her at all, so I kindly turned her down. She then started interrogating me as to why. I tried to give her a generic answer, but she started listing off all the reasons why we are so perfect together. I ended up saying that I didn't do the whole short term type thing, and as we both live in completely different states, there is no future here. She ended up cooling off, but then tells me that she respects me more for that and that I am a stand up guy and the type of guy that she is looking for.
Oh no.
During the rest of the time we are there, one of the current unmatched bridesmaid, called her Jen, starts messaging me privately and we hit it off. The next day, wedding ceremony goes well, and we have the reception, and me and Kelly do our entrance together and then dance together for a bit. After a bit, I go to the bar and Jen and I start to dance. At this point, Kelly is giving me dirty looks. I just ignore it and continue having a good time. All is going well until when I am at the bar, Kelly and Liz confronts me and start saying that me dancing with Jen is inappropriate. They start saying she is too young for me, that it looks creepy. Let's see. Side note, he is 32 and Jen is 24, about to turn 25.
Oh god.
Um, I am like, oh, it's okay. Me and Jen are just friends. Liz at this point is angry with me and starts saying that Jen is in college. She is doing her master's and that this is her wedding and she didn't want to see that. Then
What?
Kelly starts saying that I must have a fetish for white women.
Oh boy.
At this point, I realize that there is no logical argument I can make. I tell Kelly and Liz that I really enjoy the wedding, but I need to go to bed early for my flight the next day. I leave and go up to my hotel. 15 minutes later, Jen leaves early. 5 minutes after Jen comes up, we both kick it off at the wedding party chat. Uh, I later, oh no, we're both kicked out of the wedding party chat.
Yeah.
I later find out from Tom that Kelly was crying her eyes out and that it messed up the night for Liz as well. He told me that he isn't mad at me because he told Liz from the start that Kelly isn't going to be my type, but instead, Liz really wanted to set Kelly up. At this point, I feel terrible that I made it so Liz was not able to enjoy her special night. As for Kelly, I just wish she just got no means no. Am I the butthole?
I don't think so. I mean, it's your like your preference, I guess. Like if you're not if you're I don't know, not like if you're not connecting with one person, then it's not gonna be like it's not gonna be good for both of you. Even though like one person's like, no, we're really good, but I don't know. I don't think it's gonna. It's not good to like force it. I guess I don't know. And I guess like the bride's expectations was one thing, and when reality was hit, it was like, oh, and now she's sad. I guess I don't know. It's I don't think so.
I was wondering why, like, he kept putting race in there as like a big point of the like situation, and now I totally get it. In high school, that was the same situation with me. Like, just because two people look alike, people just immediately want to match them like cards, and I get it, and I feel like it's kind of the bride's fault for trying to like pair, because like even the husband was like, I don't think this is gonna work. She's like, no, it'll be perfect. Like,
Yeah, the husband would know that's his friend.
yeah.
Look at Taco over here, humble bragging, saying he used to get paired up with for dates. Jeez.
No.
Way to rub it in, Taco. Not all of us.
No, my situation would be like, do you like her? And I'm like, who? And they're like, her. And I'm like, no.
Oh.
It's just a stereotypical. You're gonna get weird looks if you're looking at a different race compared to your own.
I mean, the only thing that gets me is the age difference. I mean, but like,
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
it's
that's
not like. Go ahead. Sorry, signature. Sorry.
oh no, that's just like if you're gonna nitpick anything, I guess that's the only thing. But even then, that's I mean, they're both adults. It's whatever. She
Yeah,
she
and it's
likes
not
older
like
men. You know, it's
yeah, and yeah, it's not 34 and 25, almost 25. It's not that bad, but like I was expecting like, oh, she's only 19 going on to 20, and I was like, ooh, that's a little sketchy there. But and
She's in high school.
Yeah.
So when is the age difference like where it's like no, because you could be her dad? Like
I mean, it's always going to be creepy. If it's more than 10 years difference, it's always going to be weird. You're in two different times of your life,
two
but
different generations, yeah.
And
but
she was
it's
going for a master's, so like she's going for something. So
Well, even
yeah,
still,
but I
like,
get it.
but they're both adults. They can date whoever the hell they want.
It's only actually 7-year difference. 32 and 24 about to be
Oh, wow.
25.
Shoot, I don't know. When I was like 28, I'm like I couldn't imagine myself dating a 21-year-old. But that's just me though, because I'm a fucking I'm a weird situation because I'm immature, but at the same time I can't handle people that just like don't want to grow up. I don't know. It's hard. I can't explain it.
I'm in the same spot as you because we're both silly at times, and like you said, we could be immature at times. But I'm like, it's weird, like that. I don't know. It's like I feel like my picture, like I'm a silly dude in a dino costume. I'm like, what I feel like people see me as this big black scary guy. So at a certain time, it's like
You're an
whenever
Enderman?
Huh? Yeah, the ones from Dungeons, like the big thick ones that like break stuff. So I feel like I'm seen like that, especially if I'm like wearing like a hoodie and a beanie, and I'm just my beard's all grown out, and I'm just like, Rrr. So like going in, like being out in the public, like in a grocery
I
store.
mean, especially if you're going around growling at people, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like being in a store or something like that. It's like I walk around the corner and there's like some young girls or something like that. I feel like, oh, I got to turn around and walk the other way because
Hey,
I just feel like I'm intimidating or something. And like in certain situations, I walk in the room, people look at me and they like leave. And I'm like, I get the whole age difference thing. Like I feel like and I've seen like a different side of it. Like just the whole my aura that I guess I'm putting off until people actually like talk to me and I'm like, hey, what's up?
look at this guy has an aura.
Yeah, I feel like it's an intimidating aura. But then now with the job that I have, I'm like, it's that 10 years at least difference in personality. And it's like people talk about, oh, college and roommates and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, I did that 11 years ago. So it's one of those things where it's like, I can relate, but in a different way because they're currently in it. And a lot of the stuff that they're going through, I'm like, they're going through it badly because I'm like, I even didn't do it that like in that fashion.
Look how stupid y'all are.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. I'm like, that's not a good way to go about it, but everybody else would be like, oh man, that sucks. And I'm like, no, that was a dumb decision. So I'm like kind of half dad, but then also kind of half friend. It's weird. Like, so I get that there can be a clash in age difference, but it depends on the maturity level of the two people involved. Because it's like you could have a silly youthful guy and a mature woman, or you could have a older silly woman and a mature young guy. Like it's
Someone needs to sleep.
I'm all like
I feel like that's like a technical way of looking at it. You get along with who you get along with. I get along with when I worked at FedEx. There's people that were younger than me that I really got along with, just because you're gonna be friends with who you're gonna be friends with. That like the relationship happens regardless.
Yeah.
You find something in common, or you can talk to the person, and then hell, I know people my age that I can't talk to.
it's like you
I don't
can,
know.
you don't.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah.
And I'll avoid. I avoid talking to people that just don't ever really have anything to say. So there's no conversation, there's no point in trying to talk. Like we always make the joke that we're way older than Kiki. We're like the boomers. Yeah, but
physically we are.
but we get along with her because there's a conversation. You can talk to her, she can talk to us. It's not, it's not like it's a strained or a forced thing. And you'll be able to tell that within like the first 5-10 minutes of the conversation. You'll be like, like I really just do not want to talk to this guy. Or you see how they behave, and you're like, that's not the person that I want to interact with.
I felt this weird clash, like a few. It's probably been longer than that. A long time ago. Like a friend from high school was getting married, and I was like, man, I haven't seen him in like 7 years or something like that. So I was like, get him a present and all that kind of stuff. And then like the after party, they all went to this like sports bar, and I'm like,
Oh,
I've never been to a sports bar. I don't follow sports. There's a bunch of people from his work and people that he knows out, like his current friends and stuff like that. And like we knew each other in high school, so I don't know if like we're still like cool like that. I don't know what to talk to him about. So I'm like, it's kind of And then we went there. I tried to talk to a few people, and there was zero chemistry or like anything in common. And like they're all sports, golf, kids, insurance.
oh,
Like
that's the worst.
like it's
Kids?
it's
Golf.
I'm like, do y'all play any video games? Like, oh, my son does. And I'm like, okay, oh, it was nice meeting you. Like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
So, is your kid here? Like, I'll just go chat with him. Like, it's
Yeah,
it's
but it's it is what it is. It's not as
and it's like everybody in the room was like that, and that's why everybody was having a good time. And then me and Rachel are like, you want to go? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, let's go. Because I'm like,
But that's the general vibe of what it's like when you're in high school. The jocks will hang out with the jocks. The nerds will hang out with the nerds, and the cheerleaders will hang out with the cheerleaders because that's what they have in common. And like even now, I get along with. It's not so much what their interests are. For me, it's more like the type of the person because I've talked to people from that do all sorts of different things, but it's you. When you get along with the person, you always find something to talk about or something in common. But I know people that are all over the place with interests, and like because it's the same with me. I'm all over. I like a whole bunch of different things. But if like a person's not willing to talk or try, it's just you're never gonna get along with that person. So there's no point in trying to like get into a conversation about stuff that you don't know anything about to talk to somebody that isn't gonna put in that same effort.
Yeah, I agree. When I was in Florida, I was there for school, and I was kind of worried that I was like, because I was 31, 32, and I was going to be like, oh man, I'm going to be surrounded by like 18, 19, 20-year-olds, and I'm going to be like the oldest guy there, and like, it's going to be so weird and awkward, and for the most part, it wasn't really. Like, everyone was super into anime, movies, and like video games and all that stuff, so it was like, it was kind of cool, and there were a couple of older people my age as well, or even older, so it was like, we ended up making like a good group out of it too, so it was cool to see, but it was also like the maturity levels were also like all over the place too, so it was very interesting to see from my perspective, especially like when I was 20, I was very immature, so it was like, oh, I see now like the difference and stuff like that, so I totally get it.
yeah, like there's a lady at my job that like it's weird because I am comparing myself to the other younger people, and I feel like there's this weird disconnect because it's like we're into the same things, but they're not into talking to me. So I'm like, fine, I'll just go watch the same show that you watch, but I'll just watch it by myself. So it's
But see, but that's the thing that goes back to like you're gonna talk to who you're gonna talk to. It doesn't even if interests aligned, it's the type of person that you're gonna speak with. Because I mean, I've ran into a bunch of different people that follow the same interests, but they're just a shitty person, you're not gonna be able to talk to them. No matter how much you have in common.
Yeah, and then there's a lady who's like, I believe the same age difference from me to the young people. She's that much older than me, and we click like we're both in our 20s. So it's, and like she's always talking movies, she's always like talking about all these different things. I think she might be a Trekkie. She's in the Pokemon. Like she's just full on
Yeah.
cool person. And it's weird because it's like I look at myself and I'm like, if I stay on the current path, I'm like, I'd be happy if I was like still into the things that I was into at the age, like just like forever. And
But you made it this far. There's no reason why it can't keep going.
yeah, and I'm like, it's weird because it's like I could be some of the people at work's dad, and then she could be my mom. So basically, she's like grandma compared to the other people who are there, and I'm like,
Is this the person that brought the soup or the? You said somebody brought you food one time.
no, I don't think. I'd have to know what food it was.
I don't think it was like a soup.
I don't.
It was a cuisine from her country or something like that.
No, that was at a different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nah, she was just a nice lady. But yeah, she's like really like she goes to concerts and movies and all that kind of stuff all the time, and like she's telling me about like all this new tech, and I'm like, I'm the person who introduces people to tech, or at least I used to be, and now I'm like
Time to change, old man.
Yeah, now it's like flip situations. People are like, "Oh, you heard about this new thing?" And I'm like, "No, what's that?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." Like I'm like a dad, and I'm just like, it feels weird, like aging and like not being.
I'm embracing it. I'm leaning into it, man. I buy my clothes at Costco. I just don't care, man. I'm embracing it. I don't have to care anymore. There's no like, oh man, I gotta look fly. I gotta try to find like, nope. I don't give a damn. I am just one less thing I have to think about.
Yeah.
As long as it makes you happy, then I don't really care what other people think.
Hell yeah, man, because the clothes at Costco is cheap and it's good. And if I don't like it, I can return it. I'm like, this didn't fit me. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, and it's like even compared to like the situation that we have in that story, it's like the two people that are involved in like how they relate to and communicate with each other, like if you click, you click. Then the outside view of it, that's when you get into the whole numbers and what could be what, and it's like at 7 years, I don't see any issue with that.
I don't know. Leonardo DiCaprio is still out there trying to date 25-year-olds, so.
Yeah, and it's just like that, where it's like,
Or I'm sorry, no older than 25 years old. 25-year-old is the cutoff for him. Yeah. So.
And it's
I don't know.
Yeah, to each his own, and it's like it's like exactly. It's like looking at that relationship from the outside. It's like age. You just see age, and it's like, oh, he could be her dad and all that other kind of stuff. And it's like, it's I don't know. It's like once it gets to a certain difference, then it kind of gets weird.
Look, if they're okay with being with the man that old just because it's Leonardo DiCaprio, then who cares?
Well,
yeah,
he also has the money and all that stuff. So
when it gets to celebrities and stuff like that, it's weird. But
what was it? Anna Nicole Smith that married the oil tycoon that was like 80 years old and she was 21.
And it's weird because like once it gets like to that difference, you're like, it's just.
Like, everybody makes their own decisions.
Yeah.
Everybody makes their own decision. It's not illegal. They're not hurting anybody. That's what they're gonna do. I mean, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, I don't know. The whole entire age thing is like, it's stupid because, like you said, My IRL friend group consists of literally me and my friend who are the oldest at 28. And
Oh, look
then
at this one, still bragging about being in her 20s.
and then our other friend who's 26. And then you have a 21-year-old, and then you have like the baby of the group who's like 19 or 20. And so and like we all like mesh well with each other. We all get along with each other, even though we're like spread out.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
click.
And it's the same thing with online friends. Shoot, I'm friends with freaking people. Like, I've been online for 8 years, and there's some of these people I've been friends with for 8 years, and I've met them back when they were like still in grade school.
Oh,
I was really hoping you would have gone with. Look who I'm friends with. I'm friends with you, old farts, and that's what I was hoping you would have said.
I mean, if you want me to be like that, I mean, you guys are my like out
Don't
of
say it,
age
don't say
wise
it.
the oldest people that I do hang out with, but we hang out on a daily basis, and I enjoy having you guys
Yes.
as my friends.
And the retirement home.
You're not in a
Like,
retirement home.
And they give out good candy in
No.
the retirement home.
We're in Minecraft. This is the only time they let us out of our rooms.
Good candy. Don't they really give out like that butterscotch junk?
The weather.
What? You don't like Werther's Originals?
How dare you.
What?
Where are those original? That's not butterscotch. Isn't
That's
that caramel?
butterscotch.
That's
That's butterscotch.
Well, I don't like the butterscotch. I like the caramel one though.
Oh,
I
the
am
butterscotch was the best. It was like the butterscotch and then the watermelon candy that doesn't have a name, but it's just in the wrapper.
Yes, I remember that one. Yes.
I
It was
don't remember what it's called.
Because it
but I do-
because it never had a name. It just existed, and it was in every candy bowl throughout the United States. It just existed. Never had a name.
Oh, that reminds me. I don't know. I know it was my generation, but did you guys ever had that like zebra stripe bubblegum?
Bubblegum,
Or-
yeah. That was
It's going out of business.
what?
Yes.
That was
They
the only
just
gum
announced that like a few weeks ago. I was like, no, my childhood. I remember that gum.
we had that gum, and then we had the candy cigarettes. That was also gum.
Oh yeah, I remember those. Big
What
league.
about
yeah.
the gum that was like in like a container, and you would open it, and then you would take out a piece and close the lid, and it would cut it, and it
Oh,
was
it
like,
was in
Yeah.
it was in a circle. It was in the little
Yeah.
Bubble tape.
bubble
Yeah,
tape.
yeah. Bubble tape.
yeah,
Big League Chew.
Yeah, big
yes,
league.
kind of like that.
I don't think I
man.
care for the big lead stuff. I do remember it though.
Yeah, I remember it, and I don't think I knew that it was supposed to be tobacco for like
Yeah,
years.
it was dip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we also had candy cigarettes, so everything was very much.
It was just like,
You
"Ooh,
know,
candy."
we were messing around with that too and everything.
Look at me, I'm so cool.
Or like pixie
Mhm.
sticks or whatever it was, the
Oh yeah,
pixie
Fun
whatever
dip?
it was.
Yeah.
we had the
dipping,
fun dip.
the dipping
Fun
thing.
dip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fun dip. Oh man.
I knew a guy that snorted that in middle school.
What?
I don't think that's what you were supposed to do with
It's
it.
absolutely not. He just kept yelling his brain was on fire.
Probably was.
Oh, what happened to that guy?
Oh man.
His
I
brain
could
is probably still on
believe it.
fire.
Probably.
Mhm.
Man.
May it burn bright in the night.
I just
Anyways,
remember warheads and
Yeah.
that was fun.
go and try to
Taco, before I get off, I need your opinion about where I should cut off the
It's
wall
8
at.
o'clock.
Okay, let me use these brand new elevators to go upstairs. I still need to change the name. This is the up.
It is 8 o'clock. I think I will also be getting off because it is that time of night.
And this is down.
Yeah, it do be almost 8.
Well, Kiki, I hope you find a boat and or it doesn't flood.
It probably won't be too bad.
Oh,
But I will start building another pirate boat. You know, might as well. I've already built how many? 3 of them? One,
God.
2, multiple attempts on different servers. You know, at this point, I think I'm probably just pretty good at building boats.
At the very least, get some pool noodles.
Do not eat when you're going up the elevator.
Do you drown?
You will slam your hand into the ceiling and shove the food down your throat.
Come on, Taco!
I'm on my way.
Yeah, see, now you know how I felt when I had to run all the way over here for you just to figure out your own
Shove a whole
situation.
fish down your throat.
Whoa.
No, but I jumped off a wall
Oh.
and broke
All
my
right,
leg.
guys. Y'all have a good night.
Have a good
It
night.
was fun.
Nice, Signature.
It was fun playing with you guys.
Yes, it
All
was.
you young whippersnappers. Have a good night.
You too.
Have a good night.
I'm now fancy. I only buy my food. I don't make food no more. I just buy it.
Oh.
Okay,
Kiki parkouring over here.
I really am.
Hut.
Okay, so we go all over here and all over here, and then all the way over here. And we get up on here. Take the bamboo up here. Then I jump in bed because I'm tired from that long run.
Ooh.
Yep, and then I come over here. Then I wait for you to get up here. Or I guess you could.
Oh, up there?
Yeah,
Oh, I get it.
bamboo right there.
This is too high.
Okay, so if we go all the way down, as you can see, these are all where the pillars are gonna be. Pillar. Okay, we get here. This would be technically a corner pillar right here. This would be the door, and it would go this way. The thing is, if you parkour along these trees and then jump off like right here to get down.
And be in the middle of this dark forest.
Oh no, I mean I'm gonna go through
Well,
this
no, I was
forest
just saying-
anyway.
I was just saying I'm concerned now.
Come across this random house right here.
Yes.
This one house. And so my thing is, do I just get rid of this one house
No.
to keep the wall going down, or do I extend it out another whole wall piece?
So, in my mind, when I was thinking about where the I can't think. Can we see sunlight more? Okay. Do I have dirt? I do have dirt on me. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what I was thinking when I was so these paths, like, I don't know what to do about the paths, but what I was thinking is it would actually turn about here. And then
Yes. See, I thought about doing it right here, but there are so many houses down there
yeah,
that
so,
I didn't know if it was worth going this way to turn to go that way to turn to come back.
yeah. So because if it goes around, are we gonna keep these trees here?
I mean, we can probably make it look nicer, but I figured probably make it look nicer and actually like light it up.
Yeah, because I was like, if we were gonna keep the trees here, we gotta light it up because that's where the zombies come from.
Yeah.
So what I was thinking is we would turn at that one thing and then go however many sections would measure out, and then turn left again, and then go around this house.
Okay, so would you rather me come this way and then turn, or leave this open?
So basically, the main issue that we have is zombies coming. What are you? Zombies coming out of the woods, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say to turn there and then kind of like wall this off from the woods, and then kind of go around this house, and then where I would say it would end would be like where the probably not where the railway is because there's so much space between here and the railway, but yeah, I think the railway's right there. Yeah, that would still be too much woods. So I was thinking maybe like after you go around that house, then like wherever it lines up here, that doesn't cut off those houses, and then we would like make our way back up towards the warehouse.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Okay, well, let me go and get rid of what I don't need to move it back. And then I'll get off after that. Okay, so
what am I doing? Keep doing this the hard way. Alright. Man, this stuff generated so weird. And like, there's like 5 blocks in between these houses. Let me put a house in between the houses. What's up, fellas? How's it hanging?
That's
Not
not
fall
what
in
I
the pond. God didn't see that. Anybody got a towel? Eat the I had to eat this fish like 12 times for it to actually stay down.
laggy world.
Man. Earlier I was eating stuff like normal. It was fine. Just like take a bite, it stays bitten. Oops. Oh man. I like those questions. I like the questions. Go ahead and mark that one gone. I don't like this question anymore. I'm gonna delete it. We went over
Whoops.
that.
Okay, need to break that.
I don't like that one either.
All right, there we go.
Did it?
Grab all of my resources because I'm not wasting any of this because it's going to be put to use somewhere else.
Elevator's done, and oh, I can start setting up the next task for this tunnel. So this needs to be 5 by 3.
That's a cool image.
And then this is the tunnel. Right. Ooh, see this.
Okay, you two, I am off.
Sounds good. I think I'm about to head off as well.
Games were fun. Thank you for playing.
Yes.
Baby.
Night. Alright. I am gonna set up the next I guess layout for the tunnel. And then it'll be not andesite. It'll have to be the deep dark version of andesite.
All right, everyone, we're gonna be rating Night Beats. She's doing a bunch of music stuff, so that's cool. But yeah, I'm the traveling wanderer. With me today was Signature, Taco, and Kiki. We talked all about how we not restaurants, supermarkets, and age differences. I guess that was always interesting. But yes, I'll see you all next time. Maybe with more flattened Minecraft project stuff, and but yeah, maybe or Euro Truck Simulator, whatever one. But yes, you're all wonderful. You're all 1 million, and you're all one of a kind. Let me just do this, and then yes, in about 5 seconds, I will. Right. Cool. Cool.
That is my key to sign into that website. Oh god, where is it? Oh, this is in the right window.
Cool.
There it is. Okay. Here it is. Okay.
That is. Have a good night, Taco.
All right, I am back.
Oh, I didn't even know you were gone.
Cool, cool. Well, you have yourself a good night, Juan.
Yes, you too.
And yeah, I'll see you next time.
Good luck with your eventual trip.
Oh yes, it is a trip that's what 5 years in the making, almost.
Oh, nice.
And I think I can pull it off this year. And then there's some other trips that I want to try to do, but yeah, it's I gotta get things to link up. But yeah, my three. They're like one's 5 years in the making, one's actually longer in the making. Maybe 10. I don't know if it's 10 years yet, but it's almost a decade in the making. And then the other one is just something that we normally do to. Well, actually, that one's probably also basically the 3 trips that I want to make are things that I've been wanting to do for several years, all 3. And if I could pull them off all this year, it would be awesome.
I wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, one's an anime convention, which is like that. We usually go to one, but there's a bigger one in the same city. And then one is TwitchCon, which
San Diego and Rotterdam, I think.
yeah. So San Diego, I've never been to California, so that's gonna be a whole new set of anxiety that I've never encountered. And then the other one is like it's like a business thing. It's something I've been curious about since I started the whole thing. So it's like 3 really big things that I want to try to conquer instead of like I want to do this one year. Like I actually want to do it this year. So is that somebody's bed is on top of the house. But yeah, it's 3 big goals. I'm gonna try to just basically, in theory, they're not hard to do. It's just the actually doing it part, and then also having the money for it. So yeah, I'm gonna try to make it work. Part of the
Yes,
the whole,
that'd be cool.
The whole like the biggest part is like starting, like making the call and be like, I need a hotel room for this day, and then it's like, cool. You have a hotel room, you have a hold on one of your cards, and when that day pops up, you need to have the money for it. And it's like, that pressure got me to the convention last year. So, these other ones are bigger events, so I think I can do it. But yeah, it's like push myself a little bit last year, push myself a little bit more this year. Turn some things down, slow other things down, and like my big things that I want to focus on is these 3 trips. And I'm like, if I can accomplish that this year, then I'm like, it helps me focus on other things instead of the other things that I want to do and the 3 trips that I've been quote unquote dreaming about for 10 years almost. It's like, let's just get them off the list and come up with other dreams. So, all right. Oh yeah, you enjoy all your events and stuff too.
Yes, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and yeah, have yourself a good night.
Yeah, I'll keep you updated.
All right. Night. All right. that is it for today's episode of Minecraft Power Hour. We'll be back next week. Well, we'll be back tomorrow for some Overcooked. We are almost done with we have been almost done with this game for like 6 months. We are still almost done, inching very, very inching so steadily towards the end of the game. And yeah, we'll catch y'all tomorrow for that. As always, this is DK for Taiyaki Gaming. Today with me is Kicks the Beast, Signature Move, and the Traveling Wanderer. And as always, thank y'all for watching. Thanks for hanging out in chat. Thanks for supporting the channel in any way that you do. And I will see y'all next time.